Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It is Saturday, June 13th, and we've got Game 5 of the NBA Finals to break down today. In this video, we're going to cover the side, the total, and a few player props that stand out to me. This series has been fascinating because the Spurs have actually been the better team in a lot of the early stretches. They've come out with more energy, they've won the first quarter in every game so far, and they've repeatedly shown they can hang with the Knicks for long stretches. But the Knicks have had the better closing ability. That's the biggest thing that jumps out to me. When this game gets late, New York has been the team making the bigger plays. Jalen Brunson has been the difference maker, and when he doesn't have it going as a scorer, somebody else steps up. We've seen OG do it. We've seen Bridges do it. That's why this Knicks team has survived these games even when they've trailed early. So when I look at Game 5, I think the Spurs absolutely have a chance to come out strong again. They've done it every single time in this series. But I also think the Knicks have shown enough resilience that you can't just assume San Antonio runs away with it. This feels like a game where the Spurs start fast, and the Knicks try to weather the storm and take over late. If I'm looking at the side, I lean Spurs early. That's the cleaner angle for me. If you've watched this series, it's been pretty clear that the Spurs have been the team getting out to the better start, while the Knicks have been the team finishing stronger. That makes the first quarter angle very interesting to me again. I actually like the Spurs' first quarter more than I like the full game spread. They've been the better opening team in the series, and now you're getting them at home with the crowd behind them and their backs against the wall. That kind of spot matters. This is the finals, and home court is not nothing. The energy should be real from the opening tip. Now, if you're asking me who wins the game, I still lean Spurs. I think they respond well here. But if I'm being honest, I trust the first quarter more than the full game side. The Knicks have been too good late for me to feel comfortable laying heavy faith on a clean Spurs cover. So my bet pick here is to pick Spurs first quarter. For the total, I lean over. The reason is simple: if the Spurs are going to win this game, I think they need to play with pace. They need to run. That's where their best chance comes from. They've got guards and wings who can push the ball, get downhill, and create more possessions. If they get into that rhythm, the scoring can build pretty quickly. The Knicks, on the other hand, don't want to play fast all game, but they've also shown they can score enough to keep pace when needed. Their offense is built around Brunson, and if he gets pressured, that can lead to extra looks for the guys around him. That can actually help an over because it creates shot volume and keeps the game flowing. I don't think this is one of those games where both teams lock in and grind everything down into a crawl. There's too much at stake, too much offensive talent, and too much pressure on the Spurs to force the issue at home. So I like the over as the cleaner total angle. So my best pick for the total is over 216.5 points. Let's talk props, because there are a few here that I actually like. First one, De'Aaron Fox over 1.5 threes. This one is a little bit more of a fringe play, but I don't hate it at all. The volume has been there enough for me to take it seriously, and he's been getting enough clean looks to justify the price. If this game stays close, Fox is going to have to stay aggressive, and that gives you a real shot at the over on his threes. Second, Chet Holmgren over assists. I still think this line is a little too low. He's been in a spot where his playmaking opportunities are there, and when he's not forcing shots, he can find teammates in good spots. The numbers have cooled a bit in the series, but I still think there's value here if the game script goes the way I expect. Third, Dylan Harper over points. I really like the direction he's going in. His minutes have stabilized, and that matters a lot. When a young player starts getting consistent run in a big series, the scoring chances follow. He's been productive, his usage has been steady, and I think he can keep that going here. If you want a safer version, I even like his 10+ points as a parlay piece. And then the last one is Jalen Brunson over assists. This is probably my favorite Knicks prop on the board. The Spurs are going to focus on him. They have to. That means he's going to see extra pressure, more help defense, and more attention every time he drives. When that happens, the ball comes out of his hands and the assists start building. With the shooters around him, he has a really good path to 6 or more assists. So to wrap it all up, here's where I'm leaning on this Game 5. I like the Spurs' first quarter the most. That feels like the cleanest angle on the board because they've consistently been the team coming out with more energy at the start of these games, and now they're back at home with their season on the line. That kind of urgency matters, especially in a spot like this. I also lean over the total. If the Spurs are going to have success, I think it has to come with pace, pressure, and a faster tempo than what the Knicks usually want to play. And on the other side, New York has already shown they can score enough to keep things moving if Brunson gets going and the supporting cast steps up. As for the props, I think they all have real paths to cashing. De'Aaron Fox over 1.5 threes is interesting because the volume has been there, and if this game stays tight, he's going to have to stay aggressive from deep. He's not someone I want to completely fade when the shots are there. Chet Holmgren assists over still stands out to me because he can impact the game without needing to force scoring. If the defense loads up on the main options, he can absolutely find himself in a spot where the assists pile up. Dylan Harper over points is one I really like because his role and minutes have been trending in the right direction. When a young player starts getting more stable run in a big playoff game, the scoring opportunities usually follow. And Jalen Brunson over assists just feels too live to ignore. The Spurs are going to have to make a decision on him every time he touches the ball. If they send extra help, that opens up the floor for his teammates and gives him a strong shot at clearing this line. My strongest lean is probably the Spurs early. That's the spot I trust the most because it matches what we've seen in the series and it fits the game script I'm expecting. After that, I like the over, and I think the props all have solid chances depending on how the game plays out. At the end of the day, this is a massive Game 5, and I expect both teams to come out with playoff intensity from the opening tip. The Spurs should be desperate, the Knicks should be composed, and that gives us a lot of angles to attack from a betting perspective. That's the breakdown for today. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with somebody who's betting this game tonight. It helps the channel a lot, and it lets me keep bringing you these daily picks and breakdowns.